Right, okay, I have absolutely no time because I'm already 15 minutes late to the start of the session, and there's only 15 minutes of practice. There's 40 minutes of qualifying, but I think they're gonna do split qualifying 10 minutes per class, which means I have about 10 minutes to practice for this hour-long race. Yeah, this is brilliant. I might just literally jump off the server if I'm on it to see what. I didn't check if they had got announced if they're doing split qualifying. I need to briefly do these things. I'm gonna do the pedal cam after I'm in the server. Just need to do these things here briefly because ACC would break if I don't set this up. Actually, I could set this up later. Whatever. I set the note now up. I look sane again. Right, okay. Well then, let's briefly just get on the server. Hello, library. Oh, where's my... I could probably honestly see through the Steam VR game selection instead of going through my desktop, because that would be easier. Doesn't matter too much. I need to now also copy of the somewhere here. Hello, I signed up, so where's the password field? There it is. Right, okay. Multiplayer, server list. I've been only driving this car at this point. I'm literally fucking maining it. There, pro split. I'm not actually driving in a pro. I mean, it's Pro Silver and Cup and M2, but I'm driving the Silver group because. What? You mean while I was setting it up? Yeah. Okay, when... They haven't said anything in the in-game chat yet. I mean, the session time is over, so... I assume probably the M2s go first of all cars. Oh yeah, I'm not in the right scene. Right, let's also set my pedal cam up. Yeah. I mean, this thumbnail was literally put together in like 2 minutes. Also. Yeah, that's an M2 moving. Right. I forgot actually to switch the lamp on my desk. I will probably do that in a moment because I also forgot my water. I have a bit of time most likely now on my hands because I see we're doing split quality. Let's just briefly check. 15 minutes each in this order. So M2, Cups, and GT3. So we have 15 minutes actually because I thought it was 40 minutes this qualifying session, but it's actually 45. So yeah, we have it's probably a good idea if I leave the server and just do a couple practice laps offline because I have a half an hour till I'm actually qualifying. Right now. So let me just briefly set up my camera and stuff, and then we're gonna yeet off the server and yeet back on. I'm not using a custom livery anyway. No, like weird livery. Yeah, custom livery. So it's a livery with a texture. I'm just using the ACC provided stuff. I wanted to make one, but like I ran off like. But I never got actually to finishing it. Right. The thing is, I definitely want to turn like at least some laps because I don't want to like wreck someone's race. I am most likely just gonna run this race in this championship and none of the other ones. So, for the meme purposes, this has a larger grid anyway to be provided. I'm entered in the silver category, not in the pro category, so so I'm not finishing necessarily last. Yes, thank you for disconnecting my pedal cam. Because that's a usual bug, it disconnects once. It's all good now, it should be disconnected again. Yep. So, right, I will be briefly getting some water. So it's 20:07. We have 42 minutes left in the session. So I have how long till I'm qualifying? Like 27 minutes. Yeah, that's about right. So when do I need to be back on this server? That is about by 35. Actually earlier slightly, about 33. 20:33. So I've done back of my hand I need to be on the server by like 20:30. I need to get off. Fine, so let's actually leave the server. Single player. Select my where are you gigs? I have all cars listed, so it's yeah, right engineering. Oh yeah, that's the one I was working on, but never actually completed. Right, a different track. That is where's it? Suzuka. Okay. Fastest time is actually in a Nissan on that track. Interesting enough, it's 2:01 flat. Really interesting stuff. When does the race actually run? What time of day? Time of day 1400 hours. Okay, I think I'm just gonna say 1400 because my qualifying is 1300. So it's close enough to get a 20 degrees ambient, no cloud level, no weather randomness, no rain. Oh yeah. 1400. No cloud cover, no. Is it none? And 20 degrees. So. Briefly click to get out of session. Setup, aggressive setup. So I think there's no mandatory pit stop if I remember in that league correctly. They never usually run mandatory. Fueling a lot, no mandatory pit stops. Yep. So we need enough fuel to get through the race. Brake pad type 1. Let's do the usual adjustments to get the car to do a bit my bidding. It has a lot of anti-roll bar on this track on the default setup. It's interesting. 33 degrees tracked. I think the tire pressures were probably fine. 15 degrees of rear wing, Jesus, and the front right height is quite high actually. Let's take that a bit down. The rear right height is pretty low down, and we have a lot of rear wing. So we're gonna take a lot of that off the car again. So. Then studying for finals and taking awful Irish 2 pictures. Why awful? Is it because Irish 2 looks awful, or because you just can't get them quite right? God, when you can't even, like, that corner is usually easy flat with, like, anything from, like, I don't know, in 1960s Formula 1 car probably can take that section flat. But this car understeers too much. And I've already, like, chopped a heap of rearing off this thing. Please tell me you can take this section flat. I would have serious concerns if you can't. But oh god, lapping cars is gonna be fun in that section here. It's fun enough with as a normal GT3 car. Or even as an LMP2, that section is like terrifying when you're lapping cars. But as the wrecks where you're like, I need the entire track width to just get around the car. This section is like awesome. So, moment of truth. I guess it works. Although it's a lot of understeer still, I definitely think I need to do a lot on the right hand error. But it's Jake, his opinion isn't valid. Holy shit! Oh my goodness! Like, you brake at that entry and it's like, did you ask for honesty? Oh, I forgot to adjust the brake bias. That guaranteed didn't help. And there's a lot of forward brake bias on this. But it didn't trip the ABS actually, despite having reduced the ABS, so you could say that's positive. Or something frightening. No, this is just the Gallardo, the Rex. Welcome to not having downforce, my dear friend. This is this car, summed up in a nutshell. It's an early 2000s, like it's early 2010s, like GT3 car, first gen GT3s. Doesn't have any downforce, and it's just like being slightly respec'd by Reiter engineering, and then entered in some sort of race back in 2018. I don't know really the history of this car's actual usage, but I know that it must have been used in 2018. Because in this game it is available for the 2018 season. Obviously in multiplayer you can carry a car of any season into any session. But it won't be obviously optimally BOP'd and stuff. Although I think the BOP for this car is actually not that terrible. Yeah, I mean I blew T1 there completely and we're about 3 seconds off the pace. When you brake earlier, you suddenly make the corner. But yeah, I need to chop some rear wing definitely off this car. Even more than I have already, and give it more rear right height to get the rear to kick out. It does have decent, like, straight line speed. Obviously, without much of the drag modern GT3 cars have. But you just... Well, you do need some rear downforce still. I will say this setup came with 15 rear wing. And the setup I drove in Spa had 5. Monza obviously had none. I don't quite know what I raced in the wet at Barcelona. I think about 10 or so. But at Barcelona we actually had like issues with wheel spin in the high speed corners. Like turn 3 there on the acceleration mid corner, the car just wants to die. I want to have a reference lap right now. Oh boy, this thing's slow. Because the start finish is all the way down there. Oh fuck me. 204s. Let's briefly pull over. So we have a few minutes still till we are in turn for qualifying. So we can just... Did anything on the tires happen? Not really, the tires are fine. That's good. Right, okay. Chop that rear wing off. Move the brake bias rearwards. Also, the springs in this setup are way stiffer than on the other sets. Like in the other sets, default sets for this car, it's often like minimal like stiffness on the springs nearly, and now like for some reason it's way stiffer. Yeah, I think I'll actually keep the LBs where they are right now. They're probably not great. If you would experiment with this for longer, you would probably... I didn't actually check what tire pressures I got. But yeah, I mean, it's this place actually here when I pull over into one, which they're slightly too high on the front tires. This one is perfect. And this one is slightly too high, but I was coming out... No, I wasn't actually in a left-hand turn section, so that needs to actually be chopped. So tire pressures are probably not better as well. Right, okay, continue. I need to remember to save the setup, otherwise this is gonna be very embarrassing. Ooh, this car's now getting actually squirrely coming out of that corner. Oh, there's such a nice turn in there. Really nicely tucks into the corner there. My hope is just to be in front of the cup cars, which that's probably not going to be that easy. Look at this. This is just... I mean, I wasn't actually that much quicker, but felt so much better suddenly. I'm starting to slide the rear end. I think the handling is now where it needs to be. I think I can't take much more of like rear wing off this car before it starts causing issues. Flirting with the track limits. Qualy out of the corner. There's some time I know in the chicane. We are much higher pressures than average for the lap. Too high. I can definitely get quite screwed here. How long do I have left? Till I need to be on the server. About 7 minutes. Masochism. Pure, unadulterated masochism. Honestly, it hasn't like been that bad. Like I've used it recently a lot, the car. It's really good at Monza. It is meme-worthy at Spa, but like you can sort of beat like slow drivers up with it, so it's not competitive, but it's like quick enough to beat up meme-worthy people. At Barcelona in the rain, it wants to kill you, but like mainly because I was incompetent. I mean, I actually made driving errors there. Just compromised myself, but the car wasn't actually that terrible there. I think the car doesn't drive that badly, in my opinion. I've heard opinions of people that it drives horribly, but like I disagree vividly with these people. It's a relatively nice car to drive. Even when you have to like trim it in like I've done here, which is like take most of the rearing off it and put a lot of rake on the car. So I can now brake finally at the normal braking marker for turn 1. But yeah, I'm currently offline practicing The server is technically live, but the M2s and GT4s are qualifying. No, GT4, sorry. The M2s and the Cup cars are qualifying. 911 Cup cars. So, and I hadn't done any practice laps prior, so I was like, I just went offline briefly, so I took from the car on. Because there are people who are like, maybe taking this championship seriously. I don't want to completely mess up their day. Because I will probably just run this round. I won't run the full championship of it. Or maybe I will, depending on like how this goes. I mean, I'm entered in the silver class, so there's hope that I'm not left finishing last in my category of drivers. Yeah, I'm not finding any pace anymore, really. The main concern is now actually getting tire pressures halfway right, because it's slightly overinflated. A bit too hot into this chicane here. Now my right side tires are nearly correct, but my left side tires are slightly overpressed. Let's just correct the tire pressures and get off the practice server. I've done what I wanted to do, which is just trim the car briefly. We're doing 203s now, which is not particularly great. That's better than nothing, I would suppose. Actually, let's take 0.2 off those tires. I saw them high in the previous laps. Let's just go with that. Okay, and so tires at 1. Save, come on. Rex. Suzuka 1. Save. Back. Quit. Driving the Jag. I've driven the Jag once in a wet race at Donington, and it was really fucking wet, that one. Like, the track was properly flooded, and I wasn't quite flooded, but it was quite bad. The rain was quite bad. Right. Okay, there's the time left. I mean, the cup cars haven't even set their qualifying times yet. Actually, they have, sorry. Because the cup cars and the M2s both share the AM label. The AM color. What did I say earlier about trying to be faster than the cup cars? Because currently the fastest cup car is, well, this guy, Ryzen. And he set a 2:03.0. He's 3 times faster than my fastest time. Mild concern. Mild. Although I was doing it on about 62 liters worth of fuel. But I'm still like, that's slightly concerning. To have a cup car driver be faster than you. And he might improve, you never know. It's fun. Get But there are 3 Porsche Cup cars and there's 4 M2s that have turned up. It's pretty unfortunate because a lot more people have actually signed up for those crew classes. We actually... Wait, we do have, however, nearly the full turn up. Because there were 38 participants signed up and we have 36 cars on the grid. So that's a positive. You mean Everson? I've raced him. Okay. You might start categorizing me then as an alien because I raced Everson in how many months was it ago? A few months ago in a 4-hour race in Barcelona. Both of us entered in a Maserati GT4. Yes. We were both mental enough to drive a 4-hour race with the Maserati. Which is why I have the opinion that car's OP, by the way, on that track. Because it's really fucking quick. In any case. We battled for about 3.5 hours. He ended up winning at the end. But just... like, he got by me because of the pit stops. He didn't pass me on track. Neither... And once he passed me after 2 hours, first 2 hours of battling, he passed me in the pit stop cycle. I couldn't repass him, but like I stayed with him for the rest of the race. And it's like the one of that stream still exists on my channel. I was racing a teal-colored Maserati with Russia on it. But I've also raced that in Barcelona another time when I mysteriously qualified that thing on pole position. But yeah, Everson is a good driver for sure. No questions in that sense. Wouldn't categorize Mario as an alien because he's within touching distance of me, and I'm not an alien. Although it might depend on the week. He's insane enough, I think. He drove the last season or the last few seasons in the championship when it was GT3s and GT4s. He drove in the GT4 class the Maserati. I don't know how successful it was, but he did drive the Maserati. So the guy is pretty mental. And I think I think Boonetics or SRXP organized once like a Monza flooded race. I found out via someone's VOD later about that, and he apparently drove a Maserati in that as well. And I'm just like, okay, that is stupid. That is like. You lost me. Like, me driving a Rex in this race, totally fine. Him driving a Maserati at a flooded Monza is just like, no, why? Please. Don't do this to yourself. Because the Maserati is like... It's bad enough to drive at Monza. As is. On dry conditions, because the car never stops. But it doesn't have straight line speed either, compared to this thing. This thing isn't particularly great on the brakes, but actually not that terrible. But at Monza, it's like the car really like... Oh god, we have a traffic jam. In any case. But yeah, the Maserati at Monza is enough of a pain. Where am I getting blue flags from? Because nobody can be on a fast lap yet. We've just been allowed to go out, so... Nobody's on a fast lap, I should not... Oh, maybe it's because... someone is of a different car class? I don't know why I'm getting blue flags. Because I'm checking the relative and there's no, like, Porsche Cup car suddenly appearing. But yeah, the Maserati is enough of a pain in the ass at Monza in dry conditions getting this thing stopped. But on a flooded track, like, what? And whoever's stream that I grabbed, where I saw like the relative that like he was running the Maserati, that guy was like, I think he drove the Alpine or something. I don't remember, but he died in a straightaway on the back straight. Oh! An overtake AG. Overtake a M2 car is painful. I mean, I've done now the few off-season races in this league with the M2s on track as well, and they haven't actually been that bad to overtake. Around the wet Barcelona and Monza. Well, Monza's easy on traffic anyway, always. But yeah, I mean, it's just multi-class, it's not that terrible, honest. The M2s are just a lot slower than a lot of other cars, and they see... What I saw from the Monza race was people like out of Ascari, like really weirdly spinning with the M2s. Like, it's not that they get upset with the curb, they just get mid-corner oversteer suddenly. It's like the car doesn't have grip in the rear end, and the car just spins out and they don't countersteer against it. Might have been that the drivers that I caught doing this just didn't feel it happening and didn't react in time. Or if that's like genuinely an issue with that car, that it just doesn't have any rear end grip. I mean, it does have a rear wing, but it doesn't probably do much. Let's see what we can do on our relatively low fuel load. That's actually a pro, someone that's driving the pro split in front of us. With that Porsche that we're vaguely keeping up with. Let's see what we're getting as a lap time. 2 minutes of free flat. I think I might have just exceeded the cups, but like by a tiny margin. I'm sure there needs to be more time in that. My left front is getting slightly warm. Oh, got oversteer there. Spoon, not good, lost a lot of time there. It's really funny how I'm keeping up with that Porsche in front of me. It's embarrassing for the Porsche. Because I think the Porsche isn't actually that terrible on this track. I have bad memories with driving a Porsche here. that was in wet conditions. That was the end of a season that was very similar to when I drove with the boat. Now we should be in front of the Cup cars. I missed apexes, this is not good. Yeah, this run has been like terrible for the S's. Ooh, overshot this corner. You know what the irony is? I'm the slowest silver split driver that is in front of the Porsche Cups, at least. I don't know if there's some behind the Porsche Cups. But behind me are just like 3 pro split drivers. Not the best run for there. My exits are very unclean there. But the field is very close together here. Like, I'm able to climb quite a few positions. Just slightly cleaning up my lines. Ooh, but not this way. That was completely overshot, that corner. Yeah, there's enough time for me to briefly retract back to the pits. Right, okay. Again, I need to improve, but like everybody that is back in the field here. That McLaren is following me pretty closely there. Like, he was literally in my gearbox. But people behind me keep improving. You know what, I'm gonna let you by in a second. Oh, my indicator didn't go through.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
I don't have to like panic or anything. I'm gonna get 2 flyers in anyways, and not more, not less. Yeah, I need a few more 10s to like not be last in the GT3 class. Not sure I can achieve that. front end didn't quite grip up. Lock up. But there seems to be perhaps a bit of time in the hairpin, although my exit is way worse. It's not like that easily time to be gained. So fine. That wasn't going anyway. But I did notice that I got too much oversteer into that corner. I need to be a bit careful for brake bias adjustments. I just can't get the car over there, which I kind of wanna to run the shortest line possible. Oh, I forgot to adjust the brake bias. And blow turn one completely. So I wanted to adjust the brake bias for this section. Couldn't put the power down, the car was not there yet. Not done it. Car was not faster.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
There's just nothing in it. Threw the fucking book at it, but the car's just not quite. Yeah. Messed up. Messed up the turn in there. Open up the steering again to turn in again, and that shit wasn't it. Fastest qualifying is Thurstmaster 2 with a 59.6. We are not technically last of the GT3s. That honor goes to Tomasi, who is how much behind me? 2 seconds. F's in the chat for that one. And this is Reiter who's starting in front of me. So yeah, I think there wasn't much anymore in there. I'm 2.7 seconds off pole position. I nearly said provisional, but like it's pretty sure that it's the pole position. Right, I didn't do the fuel math yet. Oh god, my fuel numbers are completely wrong. A bit of understeer, like a tiny amount of understeer. But I can't really like tune anymore or oversteer, take any more like rear wing or stuff off the car, because of as notice it's like the car is like just at the limit of what you can do in terms of like it is just before like oversteering off the circuit. It's there's not much anymore to give. Right, I wanted to actually have a fuel number. The game didn't want to provide me actually with one. I'm mildly annoyed at that. That's about 3.6 liters. So, how long do I have actually in the session? Another 3 minutes to set up my car. But yeah, I mean, the game is predicting about 3.8 per default. So, when you have 2 minutes, so we have 60 minutes divided by 2 is 30. 32 times 3.7. It's about 118 liters. We don't want to run out of fuel like I did on Sunday. Definitely don't want to do that again. This time around I cannot afford doing a pit stop. So 120 liters should do the trick, in all honesty. Look, it's just looking at the numbers here. Are there any like wear marks on my tire sets? Doesn't seem like there are any. They seem to be okay. Let's say most things here just look okay. That's like one click of PSI out of the tires. Yeah, I think this is about it. What I can do really with the car. Jump off the jacks. Somebody is getting a penalty, so that's interesting. Somebody in the front got a 15-second time penalty, but if we don't have a mandatory pit stop, so he just serves it at the end of the race. I'm not gonna change most likely the outcome, because if you qualify P4, you're gonna finish most likely like way in front of me or you're DNF.
30 seconds.
There's no in between. Right. Crank the engine. Okay. Switch this overlay over there.
Stay single file.
I think the Porsche that's to my right is also... No. Wait. Yeah, I can see it. Well, yeah, Everson is starting to the right of me. And then behind me is Sachs. I'm gonna need that luck. I'm gonna need that luck. There's the Porsche that I was following around the track in the beginning of qualifying. He did out-qualify me in the end, but not by much. I mean, the main objective will be to just get through T1. And the entire rest of the first lap, because let's face it, I expect quite a few people to wipe out. There's about 27 GT3s in front of us, so I guarantee some of them might not be as good as it might seem. Soon we will be swapping back to double file. Right, brake bias adjusted already back. Fuel mix in 1. Perfect. I nailed my spot perfectly. Even I'm slightly impressed on. Porsche is a bit far forward, most likely for a spot. That's okay. Not my problem. It's a very long travel to T1. You can fit the entire 100-car grid into this section, which is just impressive.
Green light, go, go, go.
Ugh.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car
Oh
on
god.
the right. Clear on the right.
Unfortunately, it cost us quite a lot of time. Oh god! I want please back onto the circuit.
Clear on the
Would you
right.
kindly?
There's a slow car up ahead.
There's an M2 that got in front of us. That's how much we got held up by that crash in front. But if we dodged the entire thing somehow. Please Porsche, just get by the M2.
Left. 3 wide.
No, don't even. I didn't touch the Porsche. I'm pretty sure I didn't. Please tell me I didn't touch the Porsche. I was trying to not get run over by the boat behind. I just about saw that there was like complete track blockage on the left. It's like that I couldn't get by the cars in front on the left. Unfortunately, it threw us quite a bit down. We're now right now behind the cup cars, which they're gonna be fun to overtake. At least the leading 2 cup cars. We're ended up behind. I have such a feeling that this boat is gonna wipe me out. Long to short turn. You didn't what? It's like I don't understand.
Slow car ahead.
Fortunately, I wasn't able to take advantage of that Mercedes going off. And the very enthralling duel of Porsche Cup versus Porsche GT3. What are you doing, MUQU driver, that I'm faster in the high-speed corners than you? Oh, that Merc really didn't like that curb. I didn't touch the Porsche, okay. He probably just charged the corner too much, but it looked very odd. Okay. Yeah, that's good to know. Because I would feel really bad if I wiped that guy out. But yeah, these cup cars are not easy to pass as it's as it showed. That Merc is struggling to get by. Although I don't get how the Merc didn't struggle so much to pass when I'm nearly dive bombing the cup car to death. And what is that Ferrari doing down the straight? That Ferrari seems to be very off the pace. Let's just go around the outside of the Porsche Cup car while we're at it. That's not great, but I don't understand what this Ferrari is doing right now. He seems... Oh, that might be that one driver that is like stupidly slow. But still, he probably like bottled the chicane and was like that. That's why it was slow. It might be the driver that qualified last of all the GT3s. The only guy behind me. Although seeing his pace right now, I think it's more of like a consistency issue with him. He didn't get a clean lap in. Oh yeah, 3.5 Röntgen.
Yellow flag, be careful there.
Okay.
Slow car ahead.
Right. I expected that Ferrari to die. Okay, well. Please don't take me out. Yeah, we lost a bit of the draft from the cars in front.
Losing to the car ahead, sector 1.
There's a free pack of cars stuck behind Eversen. Eversen is outrunning actually M4. Oh, and there's a wipeout.
Car on the left.
And the Porsche somehow just about ended up in front of me. Because I went off. Oh, there's a dead Audi. Oh, that was the race leader! That was the guy who qualified on pole! No, Porsche, you don't crowd me into the fucking grass there.
Car on the left.
I went very wide there.
Clear on the left.
We're gonna pull up my aircraft carrier. But that Porsche is not particularly fast on a straight line, probably took a few bangs. Okay, but that was actually the race leader at one point, the Audi. That guy had qualified on pole position. That was facing the wrong way there. Oh, that guy's race must have gone terrible so far. But I'm pretty sure he would have been able to move before we came by. If he wiped out of the lead, he probably had already dropped a few positions by the time he died there. This was just like a final finishing move of him. Oh god.
Car on the left.
And there goes the Porsche. Oof! Oh, hell. I nearly wiped the Porsche out there. Because I'm an idiot and drove off the road. Yeah, the Mercedes is a goner, it seems. Because we have the Ferrari back behind us. And we have the Porsche back in front of us. And the boat actually has caught up back to us. The Mercedes and the Audis are missing. I guess we're seeing now the first M2s to be lapped. Oh, great! Ooh!
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
No, Ferrari, you're not passing me into this braking zone. Nice attempt, but no. M4, that's weaving. You can't keep the Porsche driver behind, who isn't particularly fast in a straight line, I might remind again. Probably the M4 is like badly damaged at this point. Like the back seam's not particularly healthy. He's probably like bleeding because I'm out cornering both of them. And I'm pretty sure it's not completely a skill issue in this case.
Car on the right.
Oh no!
Right.
Ah! God damn it! That's not nice, I'm sorry. Well, the Porsche could have easily gotten going again. He seems to have, however, now had enough of the day, so quit. And there's no entitlement to you boats either to flash me, because you're the guy who nearly ran me over a few times. And I'm still feeling like you're running the risk of doing that to me. Yeah, I think the Porsche driver quit. Granted, he had been run into like at least twice at that point. Yeah, that's stupid from me. Let's judge that. He was following the M4 closely, so couldn't brake as late, and I broke as late as possible, which is just stupid. Let's get the M4. Also, it's demonstrable, like, the M4 really sucks in corners for some reason. Which is surprising because the car's really good in high-speed corners. Usually. Ooh! What are you guys doing? How the hell am I out-braking all of you? The M4 is fucking godlike on brakes. And I have better brakes than you suddenly.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Ooh! What the fuck were you thinking? I was alongside you. Oh, and I'm an idiot. I didn't lock the brakes. I locked the brakes way too late and collected the boat. Oh, that guy was stupid as fuck. I was alongside the entire time and he just like, I don't know, I will just turn in. I didn't get alongside that much, but like, come on dude, I committed to the inside and I couldn't stop anymore. Oh, how stupid do you have to be? I'm sorry, but like, I'm pretty sure I didn't get that much overlap by the time of contact, but I'm pretty sure I was alongside quite a bit during braking. You see that somebody's alongside, you just give the room so you don't die like that. That's the problem when you race at the back of the grid, you have people like that. And I had thought of Reiter as like a decent driver.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
Actually, the Porsche driver is still there. I don't know what the hell he did that he like lost so much time. He was facing the correct direction. He just needed to floor it and go, but apparently no, you're like 5 seconds down or something. Yeah, I need to look in the replay to see how far alongside I was, but I'm pretty sure I was like at the time of contact I was further back, so I hit him with like my front splitter alongside his rear axle, which is not really like good overlap, let's face it. But I was pretty sure that I was long. Please people, just drive corners normally. I don't have like stupid amounts of braking capability. If you guys brake check me like this, where you drive these corners at like snail's pace, I'm gonna run you over by accident. And I can try to care as much as I want to for this. You wanna commit to one side? Okay, I made a mistake there. Because I kind of didn't want to like actually dive bump the guy into that corner. I wanted to... Like the Porsche driver is completely my fault. That guy did do nothing wrong.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
But the M4, holy shit, like that was stupid. Okay. Alright. No, it's a challenge of overtaking a few people.
Car on the right.
Well, I got the 2-for-1 deal. What? Ah, Müller. Muni and the stands for Müller? Oh, that is interesting to know. Müller is like one of the most generic names in German. Don't know how it is in French. Yeah, Millers. So he seemed to be a very popular name in all languages, but I mean, the origin of last names are like your job descriptor, so it's not surprising if the Miller, at the end of the day, being a quite necessary job back in the day. Well, at least you need a high quantity of people that do that job. Ends up being a very popular term. Ah, yeah. Are you letting me by? I guess so.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Sorry. Let's get by now. Put the power down and get away from him.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Pretty sure I might have touched that M2 slightly. Although it might also be just he put so much power down. Right. And we aren't even halfway yet in this race. There's still a long way to go. I mean, you're not as useless as I'm. Please don't. Another invalidated lap. However, no track cuts so far. That's a positive, I guess. The guys in front, however, are outrunning me. Lichten put in a 2-minute 3.9, and we are... Actually, we matched them. That's a positive. Woo! Woo! And back, drop back, but didn't lose quite enough time for me to pass him. Quite quick enough, yeah, because the car in front decided to die in that sector. No shit, Sherlock. That's a bit quick in there on the MUQU. But one way to ensure I can't pass him on the following straight. Well, his chicane wasn't perfect, but he still had a pretty decent exit, so... And his MUQU isn't actually that slow in a straight line, so... And he didn't let himself get irritated into running wide there, so... Ah, brakes. My brakes failed me in that corner. That MUQU really doesn't like any curbs. It's like whenever he like runs over a curb, you can see the car completely unsettles over those. I think it's a massive struggle act for him. Yeah, he has pretty good exits out of the chicane, even though his chicanes are fairly slow.
Losing to the car, heading sector 1.
Would be way too much of a lunge for turn 1. Would like to be alongside beforehand.
We are halfway through, keep it up.
Only the halfway point.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Come on. And the Ferrari goes skipping the chicane again. Why not? I'm pretty sure that counts as gaining an advantage because that. I'm not quite able to like pounce on the MUQU in front. The boat is struggling. And he has another car in the distance. From that, it's also GT3. Ferrari's backing the MUQU into me. MUQU still, he's really good on the exits. I'm just not as quick on the exits of corners. That is what's keeping him in front of me. I got a lot of understeer there. Fortunately, the bug has been running better chicanes recently. I'm not gonna try pronouncing the name of the MUQU driver. That is way too complicated. The boat is, however, losing a lot of speed. He might have like nosed into a wall or something, because we're all closing in on him. Although we are running pretty fast lap times, all of us, right now. I mean, pretty fast relative. Compared to the leaders, well, we're fucking garbage slow, most likely. Compared to what we're capable of, we are running actually pretty slow lap times right now. Running about as fast as our cars can do. Understand. Slight brake lock.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Ferrari's gone.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Oh, got wheel spin there. Really unfortunately. And I need some slipstream now to get on him.
Car on the right. Remaining on car heading sector 2. Clear on the right. Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Okay, he got that one. I just headed too deep into turn 1. But this guy's capable of fighting fair and square. He did not do something stupid. He was very conservative on turn 1. And then he gave me just about enough room for the SS. I respect you, man. It's not a given here at the end of the field. The Porsche has now closed in a bit again.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Despite having to compromise his exit, he was still pretty quick. Let me just get off your slipstream. I messed that up royally. Oh, the Bentley has blown the corner. The MUQU is gonna pass him for sure. Let's see if we can get by the boat. Slipstream. Where do you want to go, boat? No, we're gonna go up the inside then.
Clear on the left.
If you didn't want to give me the outside, I'm gonna go inside. It's pretty simple.
Clear
Oh,
on the left.
wow. He actually pulled that up. I'm impressed.
Car on the right.
Oh god,
Clear on the right.
I messed that up. That boat driver is really not willing to be passed by the fucking Reiter. He really doesn't want me to get by him. I slept for 1 second and he just ended. I thought I could cut back on him, but that didn't work. We actually have a shot at P20 because the I think it's an NSX in front. That is P20. That car behind the Porsche, with the Porsche being P19. Ryzen. There's quite a bit of ground on the boat and the MUQU. And we have an M2 now. Front. It basically drives off the road to get out of our way. I don't know what this boat driver is kind of doing, because he was like losing a lot of ground to us. And then blew the chicane and suddenly he's like back on his game. Like I thought he had like damaged his car or something, but like no, it seems he has just gotten out of the rhythm, I guess. And the wake up call.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
He really likes his hairpin.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
He goes immediately covers off the apex there to make sure I'm not doing anything. Oh, man.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Oh. Slight contact from the MUQU behinds. I just about held it.
Gaining on the car ahead in sector 1.
Yeah, if it didn't get like hit there, I probably could have had a run there on the boat. The NSX is still struggling behind the Porsche cab. Ryzen is not like willing to give up the position to that cab. To that NSX. I mean, he's bored in the front of his field. He just wants to like fight someone, I guess. Oh, I missed the apex there. And then I blow the corner myself. Forgot I need to probably move my brake bias for that corner. I'm getting quite a bit of push now. When I did blow that apex, I'm pretty sure he can.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
He carried a lot of speed for that chicane. Had a really good run there. So I'm way too far back to make any attempts this time around. I should have dived him on the chicane. I mean, you can see how much I'm closing in. Well, that's a bit naughty how late that was.
Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
But you give me such a nice open door. I'm gonna take it. Please don't dive bomb me into this corner. I mean, I think he's streaming as well. Okay, now Iversen has given up one of the position. Now I need to outrun the Bentley so he doesn't dive bomb me next lap around into that corner. But wherever. We have that.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Granted, that guy has behind me has seen me take out 2 cars, so it's not particularly great. Because I did take out 1 Porsche. I'm not too sure about the collision with the M4. I'm pretty sure that is like 50-50.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Jesus Christ. I had more overlap with the M4 than what this guy is doing when he's dive bombing me. Like, he's so lucky that I don't turn across him. Problem is, this makes me continue being stuck behind the...
Yellow flag, be careful there.
I have a hungry pack of cars behind me. If you're not letting us by, we're just gonna make us go by, okay?
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Oh fuck. I nearly reverted the track back to its old layout there. So, but he did yield in the end when I got alongside him. I mean, somebody who wants to go around the outside of the next corner is like insane enough, but you don't want to fuck with him. Right, we have 1 more car in front of us at this point. Well, our first objective will be... And Bogdan is actually stuck behind the cup car. But... I have about 12 liters extra, my fuel calculator is saying, which is good. The NSX in front is running about just sub 204s. So he's gonna be a bit difficult to run then. While he was stuck behind the Porsche, there was a chance, but I guess it's gonna be a bit difficult at this point. But we're into the top 20s after starting P27, having to dodge a pile up on lap 1, which dropped us through the field a bit, then being Lichten in the accident with the M4. Well, being the accident with the M4. Which dropped us a lot more positions. And since then we've been on a recovery drive. Jesus Christ, car. I would kindly ask you to actually make the corner. But yeah, outside of that NSX in front, the next car would be about 30 seconds in front. But we still have a bit of time left. There's still 10 minutes on the clock now.
There's a slow car up ahead.
And with the 30 seconds, I didn't count the M2s that were closing in on to lap, so... Yeah, the NSX just went to 2 minute 034, so we lost a lot of time on that lap to him. While he was stuck a long time behind the Porsche Cup of Reversen, I don't think he will be losing his position to me anytime soon. However, the battle with Bogdan, the Bentley driver behind, I'm not sure that is over yet. I think the fact that a Reiter is beating him
Yellow flag in sector 1.
is pissing him off so much that he is now gone Super Saiyan and just absolutely driving out of his skin, trying to run me down. I'm amazed how I haven't gotten a track cut with how many lap invalidations I've gotten
Clear on the right.
on the farm corner, on 130R. I don't like this. That boat is very much still in the fight.
Car on the right.
Oh boy.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Move the brake bus a bit more rearwards. I feel like my fronts are starting to lock too much. But I'm not quite trusting the car for it to not suddenly snap on me. I don't know how many laps we still have.
Behind you, the car in front is sector 3.
At least 2, maybe 3 more. We have not been lapped by the race leader. A bit of a surprise.
There's a slow car up ahead.
We actually have a GT, we have actually a cup car to lap. And also a M2. Or at least the car in front has to lap the cup car. I'm not quite sure, we might not do that for a race. But who knows? Although I think we have now 2 laps to go at this point. Guess the leader hasn't. He's gonna start the final lap after us. Okay, there's not actually that much separating us from getting lapped, which is not particularly surprising. We haven't had the best race and we're driving the Rex. Oh, why are you flashing me? There is no reason. If you I guess this is a guy who believes that like he can get people to do what he wants by flashing them. I guess that's what he's doing. I'm not gonna make the same mistake. Oh, no, 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 no. I'm going left.
Clear on the right.
Alrighty. I'm not gonna make the same mistake twice. I'm gonna block you sideline off completely. Sorry, M2, you could indicate left. But you probably should be then on the left hand side already. I have the cup car now in front. And we're heading onto the final lap. Problem is this cup car seems to be very slow. So we might need to pass him now. He blew his shot there in this corner because he wanted to dive bomb me into Lesmo too. Or most likely just try to avoid hitting me. Here, one major passing opportunity coming still up. That's the final chicane. Not ideal for me that run for this corner. And he's around. I mean, 0.6 seconds usually wouldn't be like an attack distance, but Christ, for me that is like danger zone. Both of us blew that corner. You are not entitled to anything, mate. I did not do anything wrong to you. There are a few cars that I did things wrong to you, but Bogdan, you're definitely not one of them. I'm entitled to fight you. I'm in the same class as you.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
But I think he also streamed, so I can look on his VOD later. Oh yeah, right, I actually rolled backwards. That's... Oh, I remember. That's the thing. I rolled back. I forgot to lock the brakes and hit him because of that. But he got actually very easily away from that. I think he didn't even spin there when he got collected. Oh, he actually tagged me with good race. I don't know. I guess it's all fine. Sorry, I didn't lock the brakes there. Yes, he is. He likes to use his headlights. Right. Alright, actually we finished P18 in the end. Overall. In Silver GT3 we actually finished P6. Although only, actually everybody finished. I mean, one of them ran out of fuel, I guess, but like, everybody finished because Reiter finished P13. Alright, we need to save the replay. I forgot that nearly. Oh, come on, load the replay. Save it. Because I want to check that incident out. But I just want to save that briefly. I want to check the tires on the car. Here. Light graining on the rears, otherwise the tires are pretty good, okay. Impressive. Ah, that was sweat inducing. Oh man, that was a tough battle. Driving everything out of this car. Fellas, I guess that was the M3 driver who I passed in the end there. Yeah, I think that was that guy that I blasted by and he was indicating to the left. I guess he wanted us to go by. Obviously he hasn't won the cup class. Actually, Irvesen didn't finish on the lead lap of the race overall. But we did. Still. We just never did. Irvesen finishing P25 in the end. After the entire gaggle of cars in the closing minute passed him. And Reiter didn't have particularly great day. Right, let us actually check the replay, although we're gonna get bogged out of the replay most likely in a few seconds. So that was after the accident already. There's the M4. It's here, most likely happening. I'm running up to him, closing in, closing in, closing in. Yeah, that's not particularly much overlap. I'm barely in front axle alongside him. Check this in a second. Not even that. So, like, I need to brake a lot deeper if I wanted to have any... Yeah. That's terrible. It didn't help him that he turned in. Actually, I think even brake locking wouldn't have helped much because of... Yeah, brake locking would have helped, but the boat luckily got away with it. That was stupid for me. It was actually my fault. I don't know why he's still stationary. Oh yeah, I guess he wanted to let the last car by. Even though he could have totally drawn out before the Lexus came in. I guess you don't trust your relatives at that point. And yeah, it's pretty clear I wasn't alongside there. Besides that, the game is deciding that my tires are now really weirdly shaped. But okay, that's fine. Yeah, he didn't help himself, but like, I was not sufficiently alongside there. That's on me. That is pretty cleanly on me.
Although I can.
Quit the server, I guess. Oh yeah, pretty clearly on me. Which is very, very bad that like I had 2 accidents in this race that I caused. If you're not doing a full season, that is quite embarrassing. Hello, why are you dying? Game, please stop. Oh, it decided to minimize itself, that's why it's dying. Alright then. Let me just revisit the start actually briefly. Yes, we're gonna use Swingman. Nissan just kept creeping right, so I had to back out of it. He is very brave going 3 wide there up the inside. I'm a Reiter. Ooh, there's very close with the Mercedes behind. This is sort of the group of guys that actually ended up battling in the end. Besides the Nissan, I think the Nissan dropped out most likely or just didn't die constantly. And then there's the accident in front. Starting to unfold. And I just don't dodge most of it. The Porsche's out. I nearly clattered there while trying to rejoin the track again. Let's figure out how that accident actually started. I think it started somewhere in the front there with the Porsche driver there. And Bogdan there. Ah. Where did an NSX suddenly come from? Okay, the NSX... I don't know, loses it on his own? What is the NSX doing? We have the NSX... Okay. So NSX follows the Audi. Yeah, it just drives weirdly into the corner. It drives too hard for this corner, then hides into this one too hard, and then does an off-throttle spin nearly. Saves the car but loses 3 positions, and then come up another 2 cars, and unfortunately they're side by side, and he's actually turning in. Yeah, I think it's the NSX fault here. He's on the track, but like you can't turn in like that, mate. And it's just like it starts situation when you're off pace. You can make an argument that well the other car was the long side technically, blah 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 blah, but like he was trying to get out of this because he saw that you were coming in, but like there's only so much you could do. When Hammer comes down, then the NSX is facing the wrong way, gets clattered into once by one of the Lexus. It's hit by one, the M4, and then gets collects the boat. And I just about dodged through the entire mess. Then where's the other Lexus actually? How does this Lexus in front actually get collected? How did this guy spin? Because I think he was past the accident scene already. No, he got the other one dodged it, this one. And you can see the carnage in this, because this guy has no clue where any car is at this point. Because the game is just like, what the hell am I supposed to render at this point? So yeah, one of the other things that are very interesting for me is actually figuring out what the race leader did. The race leader went. So he's leading right now still. He's down to P2. Cars are actually in front of him at this point. I think he's running P3 at this moment in time. And this is where he has the accident. So how he lost those 2 positions, but whatever, doesn't matter. He's lost 2 positions. And then there is the M2 driver. Ah, that's painful. Gets a wheel spin there. Loses the car and then just goes into the side of the M2. M2 completely innocent there. And he's just now sitting there, painfully waiting for everybody to go by. And he's about as fast as he can get backwards, so it's not like he can really turn around. I mean, he's trying a bit more. And there's me coming by, hello. And now finally he can go. Jesus. Oh, that's heartbreaking. And there's the MUQU going. And me passing the Porsche for the first time. Where did I murder the port? Not that lap. It's this lap here. Yeah, that's so stupid from me. Why did the Porsche not get going? Still a question for me. I guess he stalled, that's why he lost so much time. Which is very surprising. I don't have an RPM readout. Yeah, he doesn't... I don't know how he can stall the car. It's really weird to stall it because he gets straightened out immediately by me, but like unfortunately stalls somehow. Because he doesn't like really travel. He does travel a bit sideways and not really forwards anymore, so if you're not on the throttle at that point, you're most likely gonna stall. While this car has an automatic clutch deployment, I guess it wasn't enough. And he fumbles for a second, but gets the car kicked again. Because the starter on this thing is like stupidly good. Porsche in pit stops is like a weapon and a half. Hello, could I handle my cursor back? Why do you do this occasionally to me? Backpad. And yeah. Oh, a few people, an apology for that. Yeah, there's a paddle shifter. Because they're very tiny. Right, okay, I think we've seen enough at this point. Yeah, this guy is indicating to the wrong direction. Yeah, he starts indicating here. And by that time we're already like going left. And it would also be very awkward for the M2 driver to try to go to the left. Because I had to lift a lot to get around him. They're going to be running very slowly for that corner. Let's just briefly rewatch. He comes by. Yeah, he carries a lot more speed into there. He's trying to just not hit me there, which that compromises his second to last attempt on pass for me, because he's way too far back to make anything. We actually ran 31 laps in this race, which means the average lap time was under 2 minutes from the race leader. Jesus Christ. Well, I guess we did 30 laps, but it's... Yeah, we did 30 laps. 31 is race finish, so how it's confusing. That would even be too fast for these guys. I mean, I'm not actually losing that much ground for the high-speed corner there. He's carrying... He's lifting through here. He's taking it about 227 up to 230. What am I actually capable of taking the corner at? Or do I have a speed readout? I don't think I have a speed readout. Yeah, speedometer, unfortunately. And I don't get a HUD while I'm in VR viewing replay, so... Unfortunately, what you have to do with our speedometer in this case. We can note I'm like not that actually much slower for the corner. But he's trying there, as you can see. But it just wasn't enough. Was way too far back. And that's the finish. Boom. I think he was the driver who got here in the start. Collected here. I'm directly behind him here. And then there's the carnage. He tries to avoid, but the NSX just gets spat into his way. There was nothing he could do about that. Probably didn't take too much damage from that. He had slowed down quite a bit. Still unfortunate, you could say. Watch the Porsche Cup actually winning it here. Yeah, he just brakes way too late. He forgot completely to brake. That's the problem here. Yeah, he just broke like way too late, which is why he overshot that corner completely. And it looked like I punted him when I never was even close to hitting him. This is really awkward here at the start with the M2's a cup car and some GT3s trying to sort their order out again. Him going off track there just to get by that guy. That dashboard looks so weird with like this... With that massive screen there. I mean, you have to be blind to not be able to read it. It's at least nice for VR users because you can actually read this stuff without like having to squint your eyes. Because if we compare that to somewhere after a normal GT3, the screen is way smaller and further back, and it's like the fuel used text is really hard to read. The numbers you can still like roughly make out, but like text is significantly harder to read in comparison to the Cup car. You can see here, it's just like massive. Yeah, and the steering wheel is also like further. I mean, I think my seating position is obviously not configured for that car, but it is configured for this thing. Ooh, my god. But yeah, I mean, even if I would configure that, would probably only get closer actually. But yeah, the steering wheel is way closer to the screen in the case of the new Cup car compared to the GT3 variant. And the GT3 has a smaller screen in there, by like a massive amount. Yeah, I mean, I'm sitting lower down in the GT3 because I've configured my seating position correctly for that. And for this, however, really interesting how that cockpit looks with like this tagged on like button box there on the right here compared to like the massive console here that is, because this is still like sort of road car like dash, and then there's carbon fiber like made out of for the rest of the dash, but it's still sort of formed like a dash or road car dash. While in the GT3 it's like, well, I guess they tried. I guess the top here is also like road car like, but really like, although that is suede and this is looks to be like suede or something, and this is like plastic. Me nearly passing now on the outside, but we're just spectating cars. Alright. Oh, we could check out what happened to the Ferrari here. Probably just blew the no, he actually didn't blow the chicane. Ah, he got a curb bounce there. I've had a few of them. Ooh, he just about avoided the barrier there. Ah, good. Well done, sir. Well done, sir. The amount of like switches and dials there is like insane. You have the brake bias there, you have a starter button, an ignition switch, a master power switch, air jacks off, you have a crank switch, an engine recover, wipers, wet, rain light, ABS, for reverse gear the button is there, GBX man, pump selector, air conditioning fan and air conditioning, an extra fan and heater, 24-hour lighting, cockpit lighting, standard lighting, brightness. Oh, you could. This car has electric mirrors. This race car has an electric adjustable mirrors. Well, that's funky. That's neat. So you could change the adjust the mirrors when you do a driver swap to your liking. That's kind of neat. But yeah, we're inspecting now the cockpits of different cars. We should stop now. It was eventful to say the least. Actually, I haven't figured out who the Porsche driver was, but I guess that shouldn't be too hard. He was pro split and he was towards the bottom of the grid. And he was a Porsche driver. Do we need more information? Probably not, unfortunately. Alright then. Hmm. And yes, I can probably find myself in the incident list already. So, actually, all drivers. Yeah, Madam Eastman. So let's track down the people. Shouldn't be too difficult. Oh wait, I've opened for some reason the split to chat. Oh, I'm not allowed to message in split one chat either. Oh yeah, I think because I don't have the roles, I guess. Oh here, Sprint League. Boom, I should have now the rules to yeah, I have now the rules to write in this chat. So let's try to track down this person. From why is the from search not working? Okay, it's this microscope is broken and doesn't want to search. I just doesn't want to search correctly, so it's a fucking pain in the ass to find anyone. God damn it. Let's manually look, I guess. Shouldn't be too hard to find his name. But I've figured out the name. There it is. Message. Okay, that's the first driver. Which lap was it actually that I had on? I don't remember. This was some lap. I guess we can just check. In the opening laps, at some point dropped a lot of position. Yeah, lap 5, I guess. Lap 6, I guess, when I hit it. I can probably confirm that by getting a position on lap 6. Yep. So yeah. So that is yep. And the other driver, that's Reiter, which shouldn't be too hard to track down. Hopefully. That seems to be the night where I struggle to track down these people at times. So you cannot track him down. He's listed as under M. It would be nice if this could allow me to search for... these things, I guess... Why isn't my Discord pinging twice? I guess my... here, Team Champions. That's why I can't find them down there. Right, okay. Yeah, I think my laptop is playing for some reason, despite that it's like in standby, which is fun. Still that was stupid for me. Right, okay, done the evolved. Alright. About the maid Lambo. It's like, oh yes, I'm about to do that. What to do? It's called a pro gamer mode. What are these guys doing? And I'm playing Satisfactory. that. Okay, well then. I will just pack up. At this point, I think. I'm very much sweated through at this point. I don't know what actually the next track in this championship would be. However, I'm probably not gonna turn up for that. Although, I mean, I was very much off pace. So, next race is Paul Ricard, so actually this car might do that not that badly. We have then Laguna Seca, which, no, that's not gonna go particularly well. Calgarami, yikes. Snetterton, and then Donington. Oh my. It's like, pick your poison. Which one is the worst track for this guy? All of them by the above? I don't think I will run it. I don't think I will do that. That is... don't think I will do that. We will see. I will see next Tuesday if I want to run something or not. Maybe I should actually up on time to actually do some practice laps and not have to go offline to do my setup work. But yeah, that's it. That's all that. I shall now call it a night. Bye bye.